We're here at TEDxBeaconStreet. I'm sitting down with William Foster. He's the head of the consulting practice at Bridgespan, leading advisor to philanthropists and social entrepreneurs around the world. William, thanks for taking the time.
My pleasure.
Bridgespan has helped a lot of great foundations. I mean, you guys have helped Edna McConnell Clark Foundation. You've worked with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And your talk is about big bets.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Sure. So we have had the great honor of working with both some of the great institutional foundations around the world, as well as a great number of wealthy individuals, and really sit at the bridge between what they hope to do with their wealth and the social entrepreneurs who have, visionary goals for making the world a better place. And really the intersection of those two things, the bridge, if you will, that we make, are big bets. What are the ways significant financial resources can go to truly audacious goals to change everything from social justice to poverty to education to the environment? And there are some pretty bold and big ones that have made a difference, and obviously we'd like to help more.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about sort of the idea behind your talk, and why is this an idea that you think is worth spreading?
Sure. There's a lot of wealth in the world and an enormous amount of generosity, wealth being given out to charity. But there's actually a remarkably small or modest number of truly big bets, concentrated amounts of money against or for the purpose of social change. Yet, one of the things that we've seen in our work, and then through some research that I'll mention, is that big, concentrated, daring bets disproportionately drive success in social change. So there's only, from all US-based donors of any type, there are only around 100 identifiable $10 million commitments a year to social change, yet 75% of the most successful social movements, 90% of the most widely regarded nonprofits were fueled to their success by these kinds of big bets from philanthropy.
Yeah, and so why is it so hard to make big bets on social change?
Well, it's a funny question, right? Because the dominant objectives of philanthropists, when you look at why people say they want to give away their money, which is sort of it's not necessarily a natural act, right?
Yeah.
It's a wonderful cultural quality, but the dominant reason they want to give it away are all these kinds of audacious things about poverty, about education, about climate. Yet, our research shows that 80% of the most significant gifts go to very traditional institutions in traditional forms. Support for endowment of universities, capital expansions of cultural institutions or hospitals. So there's this 80% goal of social change, yet an 80% preponderance of traditional institutional support, the sort of inverse 80-20. There are a handful of reasons, but two I'll highlight is, one is it's hard. There are fewer well-known, shovel-ready projects for social change. Where would you put, $5 million? But if you go to your university and say, I've got $5 million, $10 million, $100 million, they got a lot of projects for you.
Yeah.
The second is how people think about risk. It is widely believed that giving to traditional institutions is not risky, but giving to some nonprofit pursuing a big world-changing goal is. And the one thing I guess I'd say on that is I think our standards for the outcome are different. When we give to a university, our goal isn't, will my gift change learning outcomes for the next graduating class? It's, will the building get built?
Yeah.
But if we're giving to something to end homelessness, there are hard questions about, really, what are the odds it will change it? So, not to say those results should be the goal, but the playing field is not level.
Yeah, and I'm sure it has something to do, too, with just being able to look and see and feel and smell where my money went.
Yeah.
I can look, there it is. I donated and that happened, as opposed to something that might be a little more abstract.
Yeah, I mean, look, something that's been a part of your life is very easy to access. And if you want to change something that's a part of other people's lives that hasn't been part of yours, it's harder to find the way to do it. It takes time and money and maybe a little bit of willingness to fail.
Yeah. Great. Well, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
William Foster, his talk is called Philanthropy's Big Bets, and you can check it out at TEDxBeaconStreet.com.